Sweep aside the madness, usher in the era of mankind. The lead from Wednesday, July 8th, 2015. The turning point facing mankind couldn't have been shown more clearly than in the two contrasting dynamics on Wednesday. On the one hand was the spectacle of the brawl in the European Parliament that followed the speech of Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras. On the other is the forward-looking process coming together in Ufa, Russia, at the summit meeting of the BRICS nations, where the new potential for mankind is coming together. The unraveling of the bankrupt transatlantic system is truly driving the functionaries of the dying system mad. Witness the utter freakout after Greek Prime Minister Tsipras presented the case backed by the overwhelming vote of the Greek people, that all the efforts to save the British Empire's Euro system by killing Greece had failed. Tsipras demanded that Europe face the reality and write down the debts. Devoid of any rational response, the so-called proponents of European unity hurled insults, calling Tsipras a liar and demanding that Greece sacrifice itself for the good of the lost cause. Meanwhile, a far different mood of cooperation for the common interest of mankind is coming together as the BRICS and the SCO summits get underway. The warm greetings of Russian President Putin and Chinese President Xi exemplify the spirit of cooperation for progress, which can form the basis for mankind's continuing role in the galaxy. The real working meetings of the summit will take place tomorrow, but already in the preparatory meetings, agreements for cooperation in space and rail among the BRICS and other nations indicate the actual basis for mankind's future. But for progress to proceed, the bankrupt system must be finally put out of its misery, and that means the immediate implementation of Glass-Steagall, which was just reintroduced yesterday into the U.S. Senate. In a discussion with the LaRouchePAC Policy Committee today, LaRouche emphasized that we can't solve the problem unless we close down Wall Street. LaRouche said, "It must be put into terminal bankruptcy. Greece didn't cause the problem. The British transatlantic system created this problem. You have to remove the cause of the problem. Glass-Steagall is one step of that. Now, we have to go back to Glass-Steagall to get the United States to survive, now that the actual bankruptcy has exploded. Everyone who wants to survive wants to get out of this system. But under the current rules and plans and the conditioning of the minds of people, we don't know how to get out of the system. I do. I have to be a part of the initiatives in the transatlantic region in particular, to do two things: to get the transatlantic system out of hopeless bankruptcy, and also thermonuclear war, which is waiting around the corner right now. And Obama is the British-controlled element, which is now pushing thermonuclear war, unless we do something about it." LaRouche has been at the center of this fight since he defeated the British representative Ava Lerner in a debate in Brooklyn, New York in 1971. That is why he was railroaded into prison. Then, the repeal of Glass-Steagall, as Bill Clinton was being driven out of office, set in motion the process that led to the complete bankruptcy of the United States and the transatlantic system. LaRouche has known since before the 1970s what had to be done to prevent the bankruptcy of the system that had been unfolding ever since. The question now is, who? What rare group of people have the brains to know actually what to do about the situation now? There's no isolatable factor which is going to do a damn thing unless we make certain changes, which I am proposing and have been proposing. In other words, you cannot replace one part of the engine of the automobile. The whole automobile is a piece of wreckage and there is nothing left in it. Now you have to rebuild a new mechanism. The first step towards that new mechanism occurred under great pressure by members of the U.S. Congress who voted up the revival of Glass-Steagall. The revival of Glass-Steagall on an extended application is the remedy. So if you want to survive, get Glass-Steagall under full action, beginning when yesterday.